So just a real quick update. Those that are following this know that the bike went in shortly before Christmas. It needed the brake cylinder, was it the clutch cylinder? No, it was one of these two had to be replaced. I can't remember which, and I'm not going to look too closely now, but it was leaking again. Second one. The fuel gauge sensor had failed, and well, there was one other thing, wasn't there? And I can't remember what it was. Oh, how embarrassing. What the hell was it? No, it's gone. It'll be in the description, so don't worry about it. Anyway, when the bike was delivered, after they'd had it for 3 weeks, they wheeled it into the garage here, and immediately noticed that they had damaged the paintwork. I've gone over it as much as I can with some black sort of Tcut and polish, and it probably doesn't look anywhere near as bad as it was. This was bare metal, bear in mind, where that rough bit that you're looking at, and there was damage somewhere else which I've tried to hide, and I've got a matching damage on the other side. Can't get round. Let me go around there. Oh yeah, this side you can probably see it more if I get the angle just right. Hang on a sec, where are we? Down there. There. And bearing in mind I've covered this with black Tcut polish type stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I went pretty much nuts about that. I was super pissed off, and their guy took photos whilst he was delivering the bike, and eventually I rang them and said, what's going on. Spoke to Paul again. I think he's one of the sales managers for the two shops, and he simply said, yeah, they know how it's happened. It's happened whilst they were taking these sides off. They had a new mechanic to Ducati, not a new mechanic overall, but new to Ducati, and he didn't understand how to take these off. So as he's removed these side pieces, he's damaged the tank, which is all very well, but to leave that damage and just send it back to the customer is taking the piss, frankly. And yeah, I'm really not impressed with this. Every time Ducati Cambridge get hold of my bike, they damage something or cock something up, whether it's over torquing the axle bolts or over torquing the wheel tension nut down there. Anyway, oh of course it went back for the panniers. The third set of panniers were being fitted because the stitching had come undone again. So yeah, that's what it went back for. The hydraulic reservoir, fuel tank sensor and panniers. So I got it back with a third set of panniers, and looking at the damage I thought, this is just ridiculous. I cannot keep taking this bike back for a new set of panniers every 3 to 4 months. So I decided to remove the touring kit from the back end, and the touring kit really consists of this subframe with the lights, etc. The rack, which as you know has been damaged from day one. They even damaged the second one, which is sat down there, as you'll recall, and the seat rest, various bolts and bits and pieces. So very easy to remove. The hardest bit was feeding the wiring back through the rubber grommets underneath the seat. Unfortunately, parts are missing from the original touring pack fitment, and it's the two. There's a screw and sort of top hat washers that hold each LED indicator, well, the LED light fitting in place, which they've now got hold of apparently for me. You'll notice I have some framework here, and this is the shad panniers frame, and it simply bolts on to the existing bits and pieces on the bike, very easy to fit. We're going to do a separate video on that. But what Ducati couldn't manage was to get proper clearance on the foot pegs. So if you wanted the foot pegs down, you had to take their panniers off. Bloody ridiculous. But Shad have managed to design these correctly, and you can put the foot pegs down with absolutely no problems whatsoever. And guess what else Shad thought of? Yes, they thought of a spacer. If you want to use the pillion seat cover, which you know was badly damaged on the by the touring pack, and this is a brand new one that's been in its box since it was given to me. But Shad say if you want to use this, no problem. They include a spacer for their rack, which extends it out by more, I don't know, probably 2 centimeters or so. So nothing touches the pillion seat cover. How good is that? And if you don't have that on, you don't need to fit this spacer. Or the spacer, yeah, there's 2 spacers obviously, one in here and one there. We'll have a closer look at this in a separate video, but I just wanted to point out the damage yet again by Ducati Cambridge. Getting really fed up with it. I will be going back with that box full of bits and pieces, and I will be getting money back, or probably I'll offer to hand that back with the panniers for a couple of free services or something similar like to that, so both of us don't suffer too badly. But the Ducati panniers are clearly unfit for purpose, and that's the basis that they are going back, which means the touring pack's back end is of course worthless. It's of no use to me whatsoever. From day one this hadn't gone properly because I was told that I could fit a full face helmet in the panniers before I ordered them, and when they arrived that was absolutely not the case. So even from day one when they were fitted, they had got the information wrong. The new Shad panniers, yes, you can fit a large helmet in there with absolutely no problems whatsoever, and yes, I have added the reflective tape. Make no apologies for that. I don't care who likes it or not, but it does keep you a hell of a lot safer than having it all black. So yeah, so just an update on that. Obviously the bike's got to go back again to have the tank covers replaced, and I'll update you when that's done.